The man opened the door and saw the woman push someone off a high building. He wore colored contact lenses every day just to pretend to be blind. As a pianist, he was often invited by wealthy people to play at their homes. Since most people wouldn't guard against a blind man, he often saw many different scenes. When he entered the room, he suddenly found a body lying on the floor. He remembered that when he was about to enter the rich man's house, the rich man's wife didn't let him in, but he insisted on going in to play because the rich man had paid him. He suddenly felt very regretful and had to make an excuse to go to the bathroom. But after he got into the bathroom, he didn't call the police for help right away. Instead, he continued to pretend to be blind. It turned out that there was a man with a gun hiding in the bathroom. After he came out, he played the piano while watching him put the body into a suitcase. The woman wanted the man to think the rich man was still alive, so she played a recording of his voice. At this time, her accomplice had already changed into the rich man's clothes and pushed the suitcase out. The woman didn't suspect that the man was pretending to be blind, so she let him go. On the roadside, the man hesitated for a long time before finally going to the police station to report the murder. To his surprise, the police chief there was one of the accomplices he had just seen. Seeing the police chief staring at him intently, he had to change his story and say that his cat had been killed. The police chief suspected the man and went to his house to look for evidence that he was pretending to be blind. While the police chief wasn't paying attention, the man quickly put away his contact lenses. The police chief picked up a newspaper and asked the man about it. The man pretended to be calm and said it was for his cat. Still suspicious, the police chief suddenly threw something at the man's head. The man stood still and pretended to be calm, successfully fooling the police chief. The next day, the rich man's body was found by the river. His wife lied and said he had left with $1 million, so everyone thought it was a robbery gone wrong. The police chief had thrown the rich man's watch into a urinal beforehand. A greedy boy became the poor scapegoat. Afraid for his life, the man gave false testimony at the police station. Soon he ran into new trouble. At the rich man's funeral, the man was invited to play the piano. One of the elderly attendees was the rich man's neighbor. She told the police that she had seen another man enter the rich man's house that day, even earlier than the rich man and the blind man. The police went to confront the rich man's wife, but she fooled them. The rich man's daughter found the man and asked him to teach her a piece of music that her father loved the most. Feeling guilty, the man agreed. But as he entered the house, he unexpectedly saw the scene.